If everybody will get in here, we'll have a roll call. Mr. Clerk.
Hey, buddy.
Todd, you go ahead.
Sure. Dominic, Johnson, Williams, Lynn, Bowman, Baker, Lynch, Escadade, Thibodeau, Cox. We have a quorum, Mr. President.
We're low
Stand on the thing like that.
Commissioner Baker's going to give us an invitation. Commissioner Smith, if you'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody stand, please.
Please stand. Bow your heads. Father, how we thank you, Lord, for another day.
Yeah.
Thank you for another opportunity to make the right decisions for your people. Pray and ask that you would touch our hearts, touch our minds, and put us all on one accord, that we would think right, speak right, and do the right thing for your people. Father, we thank you for your grace and your mercy, for your continued love, peace, and understanding. And Father, we send out a special prayer today for the Hill family and the little 3-year-old, Father God. Please bless them, Father. Strengthen them and encourage them, Father God. Lord, we thank you that in spite of the things that happen, we know that nothing happens bad when it comes from you. Everything is good, and it's all for a reason. And Lord, we just thank you for it. We love you, we praise you, we lift you up, we magnify your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Turn and face the flag and repeat after me.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our work session meeting today, November 17, 2014. At this time, do we have any agenda additions? I see no agenda additions. We'll move to citizens' comments. It is simply stated that any citizens who wish to address the commission must fill out a comment card and forward it to myself or the clerk of the commission. Comments will be by any citizens will be limited to 3 minutes. Todd, I don't have any cards. Do you have any cards?
No, sir, I do not.
Go ahead, JD. All right, so we're going to go on to our next item, which is...
Next we move to visitors.
Okay.
We have Mr. John Grinley, Executive Director of Cohabitat Foundation.
Mr. Grinley here?
Yes, he
Mr.
is.
Grinley?
Guys, how are y'all?
If you can give us your name and address, then we'll let you proceed, sir.
Absolutely. John Grinley, 3635 Green Acres Drive. Thank you guys for having me today. I appreciate every one of you guys' support for Cohab. Over the last 4.5 years, you've given us $90,000. And I just wanted to address you guys to the screen here. I have a little presentation to show you guys. And I also want to acknowledge all of our Cohab supporters. If you guys don't mind standing. This is our Cohab. Some of these are our board members, some of these are our graduates, and some of these are just our supporters that work out of our space. And they came down here today to support our request. So I just want to acknowledge that. So first off, I guess I can do this from here. So you guys have supported us for over 4.5 years. And I wanted just to talk to you guys a little bit about the big stuff that you guys are always talking about. Is obviously we're talking about economic development. And when we talk about economic development, we're always talking about increasing our tax base, because that's what you guys obviously invest back into the community. And Cohab has done that. And one of the statistics that we see traditionally is that Caddo Parish is $15,000 below the national average in median income. And Cohab over the last 4.5 years has helped grow that by graduating 22 startups and small businesses. And in that has also increased from your investment. We have actually, these are the startups that have graduated our space. Some of them you're familiar with: Twin Engine Labs, Rhino Coffee, Fairfield Studios, iArchitecture over here. And some of these companies are on track for several $1 million in 2014 and then also in 2015. So your impact into Cohab, if you look at this graph up there, $1.2 million has been put into Cohab and over $20 million in return in the way of gross jobs, projects, and growth of these companies. So I think that this investment that you guys have given to Cohab is pretty impressive in the fact of what we've done with the money and what we've done with the different startups in our space. But I wanted to tell you guys, this is what we do at Cohab, and this is where it complements what's happening in Shreveport-Bossier and our entrepreneurial community. 4.5 years ago, there was no entrepreneurial community. When we opened, we had a shared workspace, and these 22 companies that graduated out of our space did that organically through the connections and the networking and the community that we provided. But what we've done is we built something, we're measuring it with the impact that we have, and now we're learning from that, and we're actually building a program to help startups grow from where they can grow in our space. And so we're helping them do a minimal viable product. And let me tell you a little bit about some of the startups that we have in our space. You know, what's interesting about the startups and the people that have graduated out of our space is you got to remember that these people now have jobs in our area. They also have bought houses. They spend money locally, all in Caddo Parish. So you have to think of the long tail effect of the monies that you've given us and where it's going. But what we've done is we have a program that helps these startups get out the door and get their hands dirty. And so we're launching this program called Breaking Lean in 2015. And we have over 20 applicants. And I think all you guys, I sent a package to your home addresses with information about Cohab at our request. So our request is for $50,000, but we have basically, like I said, we're going to pick 8 to 10 startups to be in our space. And these are companies with awesome ideas, they're scalable ideas, and they're ready to go. And over a 12-month period, they're going to be able to do those ideas in our space, connect to mentors, connect to funding, and be able to take their startups to the next level. We have manufacturing startups, we have technology startups, and some that are actually hybrids of both. And so it's exciting to see these startups popping up. Now, this dovetails into some of the other programs that you guys are supportive of, including the BRF's EAP program. That seems to be more of the tail end of this, where the funding actually comes in. Some of these startups we're talking about right now need that tutelage and that mentorship to get to that level to be able to receive that funding. And so it's an ecosystem, and you have to really see the different players at play here. So I'm going to show you. Our startups have a great idea. They're scalable and ready to grow. They're going to go through a 1-year cycle with startup-friendly prices, so they're actually going to pay to be in our program. And it's a rigorous application process that they've been through already. And I want to show you, this is really what I wanted to show you. This program that we're doing is not uncommon to some of the things that Y Combinator and Capital Factory have done, where some of these successful companies have come out of it. But I really wanted to show you this. And this is really important because this is the ecosystem that's around us, if everyone will point their attention to this, is the fact that, you know, we have all of these awesome assets in our community. We have economic development arms, we have investors, we have the BRF's EAP program, we have local banks, Louisiana Startup Prize, and Cohab sits somewhere in the middle as a conduit and a connector of these things. And the reason you're seeing some of this activity is because if you notice, a lot of these arrows are both ways in that, and sometimes I get an investor that says, hey, I've got a startup that's not far enough along in the process, can you help them? And then when they're up to speed and actually have their numbers together or actually have a viable product, I'll talk to them. But see, the point of this is that these are all gears in the wheels of an entrepreneurial community, and if one of these gears stops, the other ones don't keep going either. So the fact that I know that the Caddo Commission and the City of Shreveport are very far behind BRF, and BRF is also supportive of us, is that we are two parts of an equation. And if we're not funded, then they're not successful, and vice versa. So I just wanted to show you this ecosystem because we keep trying to emulate other cities. We keep trying to be, you know, Silicon Valley and these different areas across the country, Austin. But really, we need to connect the assets that we have. And I think this is a good portrayal of what the assets in our area are and how Cohab is connecting them together and being a conduit. So that's pretty much where we're at. So the interesting thing is that this Breaking Lean program has really taken off, and we have private investment dollars. And what we're really in need of is these startups really need mentor and tutelage to help them get to the next level. And what's cool about that is that they're not just looking for funding, they're looking for people in manufacturing, in technology, to help gear them because they don't know what they don't know. And this is their opportunity to be in a program to see if they can gain traction in what they're doing, and then they can go to these other programs to get funding. And so you can see this is how it's done in other areas of the country, and this is where Cohab serves that need and has been doing so for 4.5 years. So just wanted to thank you guys for your time, and open up to questions if you had them for me.
Okay, Commissioner Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Here again, thank you for coming in, making the presentation, informing us of all the exciting,
Yes, sir.
innovative, fresh ideas that are going on in Shreveport and Caddo. I noticed you mentioned that, I don't know how many and where are the graduates' business located?
They're all in Caddo Parish. They're all right here today, and I think some of them are going to speak on our behalf.
And so all of them are in Caddo and creating jobs, spending taxes, spending
Correct.
retail, eating our restaurants, going to our school, our churches, writing, made an architect.
Yes, sir. And actually, one of them over there, our architecture, Jeff Spikes, gentleman over there, he actually has graduated twice in downtown. He graduated out of our space and into a space on Common Street, and then bought a place on Lake Street. And then actually 2 of our other co-op graduates grew into his old space. So you can see in the kind of the whole cycle of they graduate out of our space, and if they're successful, they go to their own spaces and develop and pay taxes, like you said.
So I noticed in the investment, 1.2 million,
Yes, sir.
stimulated $20 million in growth for how many years?
Over just 4.5.
2.5 years.
No, 4.5, sir.
4.5.
Yes, sir. So roughly about $300,000 a year is our operating budget.
Well, let me just commend you. This is in line with what Caddo is known for.
Yes, sir.
It's being the economic engine for Caddo Parish. That has the vision and the foresight to invest in worthwhile project that we feel is a benefit to the entire architects and the community. And I'm very excited to know that you're in a position to provide those fresh starts in an incubator, just like a baby, an infant. They need nourishment
Yes, sir.
from people that have the track record of having successful track record in the business community.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a great opportunity. We need more incubators throughout this region. Hopefully we can get more to equalize opportunity and promote the entrepreneurial spirit. And that's what this America is known for. The small business is the backbone of our country.
Yes, sir.
And I know that you mentioned Dr. Butler, who I had the opportunity to meet in Austin, who has the entrepreneur program up there, accelerated program up
Yes, sir.
there, research, science, technology, engineering, and manufacturing. So I think we're in line with what we're doing. This is a worthwhile investment. Why we shouldn't be investing this, I don't know, but I will be supporting it. And I'm glad that you brought some of your students, some of your graduates here, so we can
Yes.
actually see the impact
Yes.
that's been made by our investment. And I think it's a good public-private partnership
It is.
that we're doing to keep people here, keep our bright, intelligent, intellectual, philosophical, analytical people here in Caddo. We won't have to lose them to the other cities and the other states. So I hope that we can do more in the future, do more to be innovative and provide that hope that people need here in the architect. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. This is my home.
Yes, sir.
I want to invest. I can go somewhere else, but I want to stay here and make an impact in Caddo Parish, in downtown Shreveport, and bring jobs to our community.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of love I see in the room.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And we've got, we're trying to help stop the brain drain of those folks. But what's great, too, is we have great entrepreneurs that we've graduated out of our space, like Keith Hansen and Jim Malsh, who are products of Shreveport Bossier.
my last comment, we
Yes, sir.
just need to continue, keep pushing
Yes, sir.
the American dream. And the American dream is having an opportunity in the country we call America. And you make a mistake, you get back up and you try again. You know? So we're not quitters in this country. We're known for rolling back and coming back. So America's on its way back. The economy is on its way back. Forget about all the negative statistics they're saying about Shreveport and tax base. We're on our way back. And we got to think positive and stop being so negative. This is a great city, a great parish. We just got to believe it and achieve it. And I believe we can. If we start with a program like that, accelerated program, digital media, LSU, accelerated. We're doing a lot of great things. We must continue to move forward.
Yes,
Full
sir.
steam ahead. Thank you.
Thank you for your positive comments.
Commissioner Lynn, I believe so.
Mr. Brindley,
Yes.
you spoke of a BRF, Biomedical Research Foundation, EAP, Economic Accelerator Program.
Correct.
Partnership with you, a dovetail. And
Correct.
I'm gonna quote you
Please.
from something that you said today, and it said if we are not funded, BRF EAP is not successful. Will you please go into great detail please explain how funding you will make BRF and EAP successful?
Sure. If you look at that diagram, is exactly what I was talking about.
Without the diagram, in your
Okay.
words.
No, in my own words, absolutely. So how that works is that we're building an entrepreneur ecosystem. We've been doing it for 4.5 years. And so these startups don't just magically pop up and are ready for angel investing. Like I said, they don't know what they don't know. And so when they step up and actually come into our program, sometimes it's a handoff. So BRF actually comes to us and says, hey, these guys aren't ready for funding or be able to go in front of our team for our angel fund. So can you give them some guidance? Can you help them prove out their model and make sure that they're open to being able to be successful? Get some traction, get some customers. Then their investors are starting to want to look at them. A lot of the people that we're talking about in our program aren't ready for their program. They're not ready to be able to take funding. They don't have customer base. They don't have the traction that they need to really go to the next level. And so this is our proving ground. Cohab is that proving ground, and that's where the relationship goes together.
How many companies have they brought to you and said they need to be nurtured greater before they can be brought back to us? And how many have they brought to you that you have then in turn returned back to them? And can you give me some examples?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I'll pass these out to you guys.
You're going to have to stand up.
It's actually part of our packet. These are the applicants for our Breaking Lean program. And so, a lot of these companies, again, are at the seed stage of where they're supposed to be beginning. So PandaBit, Tadpole Tape Cutter, Red River Brewing, all of these are Waresy, Match My Monogram, Venerator, Linksys, PAPS, Celine, Milliates, and McGee Business Services. These are companies that have all gone through this ecosystem. And that's what I'm saying is they don't onboard or offboard in just one place. They might come to me from the Louisiana Startup Prize. They might come to me from an investor. They might come to me from BRF. And so there's no wrong or right way to get into this equation. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys is that it's phone calls, it's networks, it's connections, it's onboarding, it's offboarding. And so to answer your question, it basically, they're coming from all over the place. They're not just coming from BRF, they're coming from local schools. I'll give you a good example. Linksys came through us through one of our own, from Startup Prize, and also one of our vendors and one of our Cohab members here. Venerator came through one of my Cohab board members who said, could you talk to this company? Match My Monogram, same thing. Waresy, I saw in the news and contacted them myself. So there's no real pattern here. And that's what we're trying to show you guys is there's no just one piece of this pie. There's so many ways you slice it up and so many ways into it.
The people on the list, this North Louisiana Startup System, how often do all of these people meet, this group, you and?
I would say that we're the best conduit of them all. I would actually say a lot of them are silos, and a lot of them should be a lot more open with their stuff. And I think that's what's been so great and why Cohab has been successful is because they all consider us a great conduit to their programs and a great partner. And so we partnered with both sides of the river, everybody on the I-20 corridor. There's nobody we haven't partnered with successfully. So this is my version of the ecosystem. You can look at others, but this is the one of the assets we have in our own backyard.
Is there anything that we can do as far as our relationship with any of the other of these groups to encourage greater communication?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's all about marketing our efforts and having dialogues like we're having right now to show that there are other players in this field and that each one is not cutting the other one's nose off to get their own space and show that we're all players in this. And like I said, if you look at it as gears, that's the key is that I have a gear going to start these startups at the beginning stage. The BRF is more like a stage 4 or stage 3 or 4. And so without stage 1 and 2, you don't have stage 3 and 4. So that's all I was trying to show is the ecosystem is delicate. And if you take one out of balance, it throws off the whole thing.
And I think that probably everybody would want all the gears working in the same direction and
Correct.
working for the same goal, which
Correct.
is to raise, I guess, the economic capital of
Absolutely.
all of Northwest Louisiana.
Absolutely. And what I've noticed is that a lot of our startups really need mentorship and they need guidance. And that's what our program is really going to do. It's going to set them up for the win.
Right here.
Yep.
He'd be the
Good
mentor.
guidance. Okay.
All right. That's all, Mr. President.
do it.
Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Johnson?
Yeah, surprisingly, Matthew asked some of the same questions I was going to ask. I heard the part about the EAP. One thing I do want to ask that's totally a little different from what he asked
Yeah.
is on the EAP, they have those financial angels,
Mhm.
you call them. Do you not have those?
We are not giving the startups funding. We are actually giving them mentorship, guidance, and to get them to the next level. So our program is to see, do they have a great idea? Do they have a scalable idea? Can they get somewhere within 12 months? So the startups that I handed out to you guys, we've identified as those startups that can gain some traction that could go into their program very quickly in 2016.
So if the EAP does not exist, how would you then catapult them to startup?
Well, we're connecting to angels as well. So, I mean, the whole angel network is connected to us as well as the BRF. And so where we've done a lot of our fundraising lately is angels and successful entrepreneurs in our area have given back to our program. And so they're giving actual dollars to power Cohab right now.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
so yeah, it's very interactive. It's definitely a great personal, public, and private partnership right now.
Mr. Grinley, I sure appreciate you coming here today. Thank you for all your hard work. Continue to work hard.
Absolutely. And like I said, there's some speakers from our group that would like to speak, I'm sure, too. So.
You have some more speakers to talk?
Yeah, I believe they filled them out in the back.
Do what?
They filled them out in the hallway.
I have no cards.
I don't have any cards.
Okay.
Do you need them out there?
Yeah, I believe so. There was a box, so.
Yeah, we need them.
Okay, I'll grab it.
That's for the MPC meetings, they leave them back there.
Well,
I lost.
supposed to have one minute.
What's wrong with our
Thank you guys for your time, and I appreciate it, and I hope you consider our request, and I'll let our speakers speak on our behalf.
Y'all spikes? Can you give us your name and address, please?
Jeff
3 minutes.
Spikes, 417 Lake Street. Yeah, as John said, I'm a graduate of Cohab. I started out there just one guy, one desk. 1 year out, we had 3 guys, 3 desks. 2 years out, we moved out. 5 guys, 5 desks. We're up to 6 now. We're over on Lake Street, as he mentioned. We moved over to a space on Common Street in the interim. Like you said, man, we've got all of my people live in Caddo Parish, work here, play here. We're in 6 states now as far as the work we do, so that's money that we're bringing from other states right here to where you guys live and work. So, you know, creative class, everybody, that's the kind of the buzzword these days. We are the creative class. We're making a spot for ourselves here in Shreveport. When we opened on Lake Street, there were 4 other businesses that opened with us. All those folks are young, creative folks like myself. We chose to be in downtown Shreveport and live and work here and pay our taxes here. So I think that there's a serious momentum that we've got going, keeping young, creative types in our city, and I believe we're at the forefront of that. And Cohab is vital to making that work. It's like John said, you have to know what you don't know, and if you don't have a place where you can learn that and be mentored the proper way and be around people that are going through the same struggles as you day in and day out, then there's no way to know. I went in there thinking I'm just gonna, you know, work on my desk and be one little guy there, but within a month I met a coach, business coach, and some financial guys, and really figured out that that's a little bit more to business, and there's no fallback plan when you go in there, man. It's, you know, somebody mentioned funding. That's great, but if you're not in it to win it, then you're not going to come out of it and survive. It's either do or die. So that's the kind of people that I believe John is got in the program, and I believe that's what's going to make it successful going forward. So that's about all I have. I appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you, Jeff.
I just want to ask,
Dick?
Jeff? Name Jeff?
Yes, sir.
There's no questions you're speaking. This is, yeah, the visitor's already been here. This is just.
Fill out a card.
Yeah, but you can't ask a question when they fill out a card. It's public comments.
I just want, you know,
Wish you best of luck.
I want to know my birthday tomorrow. Can you sing at my birthday?
Dexter Blank. Hello, Dexter. If you give us your name and address.
My name is Dexter Blanche, 414 Wynwood, Shreveport.
I'm from Bastrop, Louisiana. I moved to Los Angeles at a very young age and stayed there 20-some years and saw all the support system. And I wanted to come back home to Louisiana. I didn't want to live anywhere else where there was a lot of traffic, and, you know, Shreveport was the perfect place to move to. So I moved here and I invented a product that I sell all over the world. But being the CEO, the chief everything officer, I still don't know it all. I have a product that's scalable, and in 2009, when I received my patent, I had to go outside of this city for everything, and that cost me a lot of money, and I stepped in a lot of potholes and spent a lot of money because I wasn't there with the people. But in a small business or an entrepreneur, inventor like me, don't have no money. So the support system, what I'm talking about, what the COHAB brings to us is right here. Investors are right up close to you. I have Dr. Butler as my mentor, but this is the only thing that's close to me that I could be with entrepreneurs, people that has the experience, that's looking for guys like me to show me what I don't know. Yeah. You know, because I'm not married to my product. I'm in business to make money. You know what I'm saying? But I can't make money if I don't know how. I mean, and trust me, and I'm farther down the road. Other black entrepreneurs come to me, I send them straight to the COHAB. Because I don't have time, because I'm still scaling up. But the COHAB, they're patient, and they put everything, the ABCs in place. Now, everything that Mr. Williams was talking about, it runs chills over me, because that's what this is all about. You know what I mean? That's why you see the other cities that's so robust and doing so great, because they support guys like me, guys and gals like me. And I'm excited about it. This is what's been needed. I've been wondering why it hasn't been here, you know, but now it's here, and I'll do anything I can to be a part of it and continue to support it 100%. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course. Oh, Jim, you can have a seat.
Good. You're good. You're through, sir.
Hang on, guys. I mean, we're through with you. We're going to the next speaker. You can have a seat.
You can have a seat.
You can have a seat down.
We can't ask questions in this period. Right. We can't ask questions in this period. But point well taken, though. You did a great job. You did a great job.
If y'all let the chairman run the meeting, we'll get it done. So 20 people tell him what to do. Jim. Malish, is that right? Malash?
Yeah, he stepped out. He said it's okay.
Okay, and Joanne or Scott Thompson? John Scott Thompson. You guys write worse than I do, I'm telling you.
My name is John Scott Thompson. I live at 425 Dudley Drive in Shreveport, Louisiana. And basically, I moved here for an oil and gas job, and I always had dreams to be my own boss, so at night I would figure out things to do. How am I going to make money to be my own boss? And so I started a business, and it started gaining traction. And then I was working 8 hours a day after 8 hours a day, and I was inside of my house. And then I heard about this place called COHAB, and I went down to the COHAB, and people started telling me, they're like, wow, you have a really great idea. We can help you. And so they started helping me, and they pushed me really hard, and they said, you know, you're making money, you're gaining traction, quit your job. And, you know, at first I was scared. I'm going to leave an oil and gas job. I'm going to leave benefits and everything. And all of a sudden now my business has grown 5 times as much in the past year since I went there. And next year it's going to probably grow 10 to 15. Good. And I'm creating jobs, money into the Caddo Parish. And I feel like COHAB really needs the funding, because I want to be a part of this to grow and become bigger than I ever imagined. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Work 8 more.
Okay. We appreciate everyone coming here today with COHAB and speaking. Thank y'all for being here today. And we'll move to our next item on our agenda.
Next we have Dr. Andrea Master Everson, President of Robinson's Rescue.
Is she a visitor? Okay, she is. Okay, there it is.
She's on there.
Okay. How you doing today?
Hi.
Give your name and address, please.
Andrea Master Everson, 1053 Boulevard.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Thank y'all so much for having us today. I really appreciate the chance to get up here and talk about why Robinson's Rescue is a unique low-cost spay-neuter clinic. We were the first low-cost spay-neuter clinic in the state of Louisiana. When we joined the Humane Alliance affiliate, we were 44th spay neuter clinic to open. Now there's been 144 across the United States and Canada. The thing that makes us unique, though, is our subsidized spay neuter incentive program and our partnership with the Caddo Parish Commission. Our subsidized spay neuter incentive program, which we call SNP, has been a partnership since 2008, and it is a really simple system. The residents come in, they show us a proof of their ID, and if they're a single family, if they make less than $1,500, or if they're married and they make less than $2,500, then they're given a voucher and schedule an appointment, and their animal can be brought in to be spay neutered and a rabies vaccine for free. So that's an amazing program for us to have. Our clients serve their low-income households, their senior citizens, their Social Security recipients, they're unemployed, but most importantly, they're caring pet owners. This is Mr. Price. He came in, and without our resources, he would not be financially able to have veterinary care for his pet. He loves his animal. He has 3 stray cats and a dog that wandered up, and it's this human-animal bond that's the same as you and I have with our pets. It is his love, and in his quote, I guess the Lord gets me up every day because I do it for his animals.
Hello guys and gals. My name is Kristen Powers. I'm the Director of Development with Robinson's Rescue. Andrea hired me about 7 months ago to help raise funds and also raise awareness about what Robinson's Rescue is doing. And one of the most impressive facts that I've learned since joining Robinson's Rescue is how much support and how what a wonderful partnership we have with the Caddo Commission. And so I did want to I'm going to speak to the outreach piece. In the 6 years that Robinson's Rescue has been in business, they have realized that outreach is key to a successful spay-neuter program. You can't get people in your doors. You can't fill your waiting rooms like we have here. We can't have lines waiting at our events like this without getting out there in the community and letting people know why it's important. And so we do that with some traditional advertising. We use bus benches. We've done inserts in utility bills. We've had flyers at libraries. We also use some grassroots approaches with social media, with door-to-door visits. We've actually recently started a volunteer program where we are going door-to-door in particular neighborhoods to spay and neuter. It's a delicate conversation. It's a complicated conversation to have with people, especially people who are relatively uneducated, and so it gives us that opportunity to have that one-on-one conversation with them. We go where they are. We go obviously to their homes, and we're also going to events where they are present. This past weekend, we were in the Highland neighborhood at the Highland Jazz and Blues Festival because there were so many people with dogs there and so many people with dogs that had not been fixed there, and so it was an opportunity for us to have that conversation with them and connect where they are in their neighborhood. We do focus on the inner city. The results of this outreach are maximum utilization of the SNP program. Most of our outreach is geared toward SNP, is geared toward this Caddo Parish Commission funded program. We want to make sure that program is being utilized to its capacity. And so we are having success with that, and then we are also increasing word of mouth about the importance of spay and neuter at the same time. One of our favorite programs is actually one that started because we met with Commissioner Joyce Bowman, and she suggested that we connect with the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club. And it's a very, very rewarding, very valuable opportunity that we have there to connect with these boys and girls and to help educate them about pet ownership, responsible pet ownership. We've done things like make pet masks and puppets and things, and we tell them, okay, if this was a real dog, if this was a real cat, and you were to go home with it today, what would you have to do to take care of it? And they're able to respond and ask questions. And so it's very valuable, and also targets a population that would otherwise not know what Robinson's Rescue was and not ever hear the words spay and neuter. We also partner with sorry?
I'm just looking at those 2 guys on the end right there.
There you guys are. You guys came to our clinic a while back whenever this partnership, we had a World Spay Day at our clinic, and so that's a picture from that day. It shows us partnering with you guys, and I want you to see the list of all of the other programs and organizations that we partner with in the community. Robinson's Rescue, like John with Cohab was kind of talking about how they're a spoke in the wheel and a catalyst for all of this connection going on in Shreveport. in Caddo Parish, we are the same. We have all of these organizations connect through us because we are their spay and neuter provider, but we also are their outreach provider, and we are a partner with them. So we're at their events, they're at our events. We're all supportive of each other. We call each other when we have questions. The animal community that we have is growing stronger, which is going to eventually we're really going to see an impact here in Shreveport, Bossier, and Caddo Parish based on all of these partnerships that we've been able to connect with. And so I want you to know, by supporting Robinson's Rescue, you are investing in the entire animal community, not in one organization.
So, and this is the direct relationship between SNP and Caddo Parish. So over the years, our numbers have increased tremendously. We're identifying these residents that need our help, we're educating them, and we're providing the free spay, neuter, and rabies vaccine service. It is amazing how this is really just, expedited, and it really is because of y'all's help and financial support. I mean, this is an amazing program to have for Robinson's Rescue, and we're really, really proud of it. As you can tell by the end of 2013, we were over 647 surgeries. We're on target for 2014 to even increase some more. So, it took us some years to get the outreach going, and now we're really seeing the benefits and the effects. And here's the targeted zip codes, and we have different plans to get into the inner city, to get into the rural community. You can tell, by them, we're servicing communities like Highland, like, North Caddo Parish, like Moortown, Queensboro. So you can tell that we're really working hard on that outreach to bring the right residents in to get their free service.
And as a way to connect those dots, those numbers that you saw with that zip code breakdown show you that the animals that we need to reach, the animal owners that we need to reach, are in either the inner city or in rural Caddo Parish. And so we also have support of that number by national statistics that tell us that most animals caught as strays by animal services are from low-income neighborhoods. We also have clients reporting that they're finding animals dumped on the side of the road in rural Caddo Parish. So those are our two main targets for our outreach efforts. We came to you guys in August talking about a Pets for Life model approach to the Caddo Heights neighborhood. I hope you guys remember us speaking to you about that. I wanted to give you a quick update on that. For those of you who weren't here, the Pets for Life model is built on the idea that by improving the relationship between a person and his or her pet, you help improve the quality of life for both. This is not an animal issue. This is a human service issue. So that's increasing the chances of the pet staying in that home permanently, which makes the pet happier, it makes the human happier. So it's more than just an animal problem. Our current efforts in that area are the door-to-door voucher distribution that we're doing, and the information exchange we're having with those neighborhoods. We have 4 volunteer teams of 2 going out right now. We have a strict outreach schedule that we're following for these visits. And then we're also following up with phone calls 24 hours after, and we're actually seeing them come in for the surgery. They're bringing their animals, and we have a transport volunteer that's helping us transport for those who aren't able to bring them to the clinic. So the messages there are that it's free, that there is transport available, and that it's a special program just for them, which makes them all the more likely to take advantage of it.
And that's just the tip of this iceberg. As you can see, we're really focusing on targeting these clients, making sure that our service is provided easy for them. The vouchers are made easy and they're able to come into our clinics. The word is starting to spread. I mean, it's amazing when you're out in these communities how people talk, and that's the best form of PR and marketing that we can find. And we need it to spread because we are at the end game trying to decrease the amount of animals entering our local shelters. So we are going to increase our capacity and move community partnership forward, and we need your help to do it. So we really appreciate the support, and we're here to show you the future and what we're working towards. Spay neuter is part of the puzzle, and we are we help with all pieces of this puzzle. We're focused on outreach, and we're focused on, really promoting local adoptions. And any animal that comes to us, we put on, social media, and we promote that, and we go to open houses, and we really work a lot with the animal partners in our community, and we work well. We are supportive of policies and procedures. Spay neuter connects everything together, and it really, really helps with the whole animal welfare of a pet. You've made the $222,000 investment in Robinson's Rescue, and this program is working and growing, and Caddo Parish is on the map nationally. We go to our national seminars. We have a web-based program talking to clinic directors all over the nation, and they are just amazed by this SNP program. Our budget is to continue to grow, to continue to provide this service, and we're really appreciative of the support.
And our main purpose of being here before you today is to let you know that you have made a wise investment and that you need to continue to make that investment because it takes time. It's going to take more than the few years that we've been in business to really see this problem impacted. We have a little statistic here for you. It's not a little one, it's a very, very big statistic. One unspayed female dog over 6 years with all of the offspring that she's able to have and then their offspring can produce 67,000 animals, 67,000 dogs. So if you do the math, it doesn't take you long to get in the billions. We understand that a national statistic for the amount it costs to catch, house, and euthanize one animal is about $125 per animal. And so if you take that 67,000 number over 6 years that one dog is able to produce, times that 125, you get over $8 million that one dog is costing our parish. So we have completed over close to 2,000 spay and neuters on your dollar because of the SNP program that we've implemented. And so if you do that math, you get over $15.6 billion that we have potentially saved for our parish because of all those animals that we have kept from having offspring. Excuse me, I keep hitting that thing. So 70,202% return on investment ain't bad. I mean, I've been in sales before, and if I was able to promise that kind of return on investment to anybody, they would have no question they would invest in whatever I was talking to them about. So we, and just think of the financial impact that we've been able to have on Northwest Louisiana after doing more than 30,000 surgeries. This lady to my left here has done over 30,000 surgeries in Caddo Parish. And so we are really, we believe in the cause that we represent today. And we want to let you guys know that your dollar has been invested wisely. We have been very transparent with our reporting. We have used these funds in a way that is beneficial to our community. And we have actually, Andrea got props from the Commission Financial Services Department for the wonderful reporting job that she did this past year. So we're doing everything you guys have asked us to do. We just need you to continue to trust us and continue to invest in us.
15.6 billion, you can come over here and work, do something for us.
Do you have any questions?
Well, thank y'all so much for all of your continued support and everything. We're really into targeting and doing this outreach and making sure all the animals are spay neutered in our community. So if y'all have any questions, but thank y'all so much.
We do have a couple of commissioners. Commissioner Escudé?
Dr. Everson, I appreciate your dedication and your cohort's passion and enthusiasm. And those are mind-boggling numbers. I haven't seen anything so inflated other than the economic impact figures that the Tourist Bureau may give us. But anyway, a lot of it's based on assumptions and what ifs. But anyway, those are huge numbers. But I will say that you work hard, and I know you work hard, and I know it's making an impact even though we don't see the results. And most of us that are sitting here today have been involved in Robinson's Rescue from day one.
Yes, we appreciate it.
I don't want to use the word disappointed, but I think we'd like to have seen up to this point some larger results or more definitive results. But be that as it may, I know it's making an impact. I appreciate your work. I like the program. I wish you would have named it something different. Every male up here cringes every time you say the word SNP. I can sense it. Maybe that wasn't thought out so well, but anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Commissioner Lynn?
The last slide that you have that said the 70,000% increase, will you email that slide to Dr. Wilson and myself?
We provided it for you as a handout as well.
Okay, thank you.
But we'll definitely email it too.
We appreciate
Even
y'all.
if half of that was true, even if it was half true, it's still a really
I
good
know I'm just
return.
picking on you. It's okay.
Right, something could happen to some of the others, who knows?
Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate y'all coming to give an update. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much
Have
for
a
the
good day.
support.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to our next item.
Next, we move to reports, administration report.
All right, Dr. Wilson.
Yes, so we have a few things today, and we'll be brief.
All right.
We have a guest today.
Hang on, guys.
We have a guest today, and she is Miss Jermaine Millis, and she is here from the Volunteers of America to talk to you all about the Caddo Parish Veterans Treatment Court. We looked at this about 4 years ago. The idea was talked about at NACO, and we met with the local court system, and we were not able to do it. But now, as I consider and appreciate, it's being done. So, Ms. Millis, you have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. I was at the bar luncheon Wednesday, so this is this is kind of fast notice. But we did have a pamphlet, and I passed that out.
Give us your name and address.
Oh, I'm sorry, Janine Malis. My address is 520 Olive Street, and I'm the Veterans Coordinator. I'm also an attorney here in Shreveport. I worked for the Pro Bono office before I worked here. And I'm working as the coordinator, and we're trying to set up this program. It's a one-year program. It's similar to the drug court, which I know y'all probably are familiar with the drug court in Caddo Parish. We're kind of modeling it from the drug court. It's going to be a holistic approach to for veterans. It's not just going to be treating them. It's going to be trying to get them jobs, trying to get them out of their behaviors that are causing substance abuse. It's a program set up with the VA in collaboration with the probation office because it's a post-conviction program. It's for nonviolent criminals, no sex offenders, felonies and misdemeanors. We'd love to get people that are first-time offenders only because we know that when they have a conviction, it's hard to get a job. But we want them to get treatment for their post-traumatic stress. And the mental health facility at the VA hospital I just toured last week is excellent, and they're all excited. They, want the patients. You have to be VA qualified, obviously, because they're paying the medical. The clinicians are all paid by the VA. Volunteers of America has hired me, and I'm the only person that is working to coordinate the way it's set up. So it's but that part of it's different than the drug court, because I know y'all have clinicians on staff, but the VA provides all the clinicians. So I'm just, excited about it. It's the first one in the state. Legislation was just passed in the last legislative session to give the opportunity to create these veterans courts. We had David Lessert here in October, the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs Administration, training attorneys, and the DA's office is on board. We're going to try to do it in Bossier, but we're going to pilot Caddo first because Judge Marcotte has been working on this program for several years with the VA. So he is definitely on board. He's a great person because he understands the drug court, and this is, like I said, it's going to be modeling the drug court program that you already have set up here. And so, do you have any questions? It's going to be a great, I think there's a demand. We checked into Caddo Parish Jail, and it was amazing. In 6 months, we had 130 veterans that were counted. We need to identify veterans, and y'all can help with that. If y'all have any community meetings that y'all want me to go to, because I'm not from here. We're veterans. I went to Mr. Everson's Veterans Program Parade Committee, but anything like that to get the word out to veterans, because they speak to other veterans. And one of the crucial parts of this program in the future, just so y'all will know, is a mentor program. This is done nationally. Louisiana's kind of behind. Yeah. If you know Texas, they've already done it. California's already done it. Florida's already done it. So we have all those models to look at, and it's been successful in every one of the other programs. So we know that, and especially Bossier and Caddo. I've never lived in a parish that has so many veterans and veteran interest. So, but what I was getting to is we're going to have a mentor program where we actually get veterans working with other veterans to assist them voluntarily throughout that year program. So if y'all, since y'all in the leadership, if y'all know other veterans that possibly would be interested in doing this, it would be maybe take an hour a week of their time, but they say statistically people in the military speak to other military people and they can understand each other better than you or I, as a non-veteran, can get across to them they need help. And this is their last chance. And we're here as a team and a community to help them get their life together, because it stops the jail population. They're staying in jail right now, half of them, because they can't get out of jail. It stops the homeless, you know, and the homeless situation. A lot of them are homeless because they have convictions, or they can't get a job because they have a conviction. So it's all, you know, that's why it's successful, and it's good to me, and I'm excited about it, as you can tell, because I think it's going to help a lot of veterans out there, because some of them already have convictions and it's too late. We tried at the Bar Association to work with the veterans on expungements. A lot of them, it's violent crimes. They can't get it expunged. So unfortunately, that's created them not in the job market anymore. They can't find jobs. So this way, you know, we can find employers to try to help them get the treatment they need and get them on the right track with the post-traumatic stress, which, you know, we all hear about people committing suicides from post-traumatic stress. It's an epidemic. I mean, I'm sure every one of y'all, especially the veterans, have listened to the news and seen what the problem is, that people don't admit they have post-traumatic stress. And if we can get them to admit it, then they can change their habits.
We have some commissioners that want to ask you some questions. Commissioner Baker?
Your referrals, where will they come from? And who can refer? Can anybody
Well,
refer?
the way it's set up, just so you'll, it's the court system, the judges, the public defender's office, or because they have to be qualified to go through the program. It's got to meet a legal qualification and a medical qualification. So they have to be assessed first. It's not that we wouldn't take a referral, but it's easier as an attorney to speak to it. You know, if they're in the criminal court system, they have an attorney. They either have a paid attorney or they have a public defender. So if I can talk to their public defender, then they'll have the forms. We've already talked to people at the public defender's office. Everybody has a referral form. It's not that big of a form, but it's just that we have to go through the procedure because the DA's office has to agree to let them plea, and a part of their probationary supervision is to go to the Veterans Court.
So, like, if you were to speak at one of my neighborhood associations and some veterans was there and they wanted to find out more about this information, can they refer themselves to you, or they would have to go through?
Well, if they have a charge pending, okay. I guess I'm saying is these are people that have charges in Caddo Parish, not city court. We're not doing city court. So if they have a charge in Caddo, I'd be glad to talk to them, find out who their attorney is, send their attorney this referral form. Their attorney is going to have to contact the DA's office and see if the DA's office will recommend this as an approach for this defendant. I mean, sometimes people have such bad records, the DA's office is not going to agree. Or the person is not really, you know, probation material. If they've already been sentenced before to, you know, and they're probably not going to be eligible for probation. So so they have to be qualified criminally through the DA's office.
So they have to have a pending charge on them?
Yes. Yeah, right. This isn't for expungements.
Yeah.
The expungement is after you pled guilty and you want to get it expunged. This is pre-plea, so they have to have they have pending charges in Caddo Parish to meet these qualifications to be eligible. It can be a misdemeanor or a felony. It doesn't have to be a drug conviction charge either. It could be a forgery, a theft, something. The behavior has to be kind of coordinated to their substance abuse, because they do have to have a substance abuse problem. It's not just a mental health court. It's substance abuse and mental health.
So they have to have a substance abuse problem And they must have a pending charge.
Yes,
And I see where it says they have to plead guilty to that charge.
yes.
I see, okay.
But what happens is, just to explain it, it's a deferred sentence, so once they complete this treatment, it's taken off their record.
Wow.
So that's it's taken off their record. That's the whole idea of the court, is that, I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear, is it's a deferred sentence, they call it. The judge will sentence them, but if they graduate from this program, the judge takes that conviction away.
You don't have to go through the expungement program.
No, it's just,
Okay.
Commissioner Williams?
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay.
Ma'am, thank you for your being an advocate for the veterans, and we have people on this body that are very advocate, Commissioner Epperson and others who work in our community, so something long overdue.
well, I'm glad to hear that y'all, I didn't realize that y'all have been interested in it before. Like I said, I've only been working doing this for a year, and I knew Judge Marcotte was interested in it, and I didn't, I'm sorry.
Is it funded through DOA? Is it a?
VOA's funding it right now.
Is it a Department of?
My understanding is an
Veterans
anonymous
Affairs.
donor is interested in this Veterans Court. Now, I don't know any of the details about the budget. That's not really my job, and I'm not really here to get money like the other nonprofits. I'm just here to, tell y'all about the program, because
Here again, my last comments. Being a veteran, I got PTS. I need help. So I'm not gonna be like some folks. I got post-traumatic stress and stress-traumatic post and everything else. So I need help too. Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to give us an update.
Okay.
If there's anything else we can do, let us know, okay? You got my number, so give me a holler if you need anything, okay?
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right, have a
Ellis,
good
I
day.
appreciate it. Yes. Commissioner,
Dr. Wilson?
yeah, a few years ago, our detention rate per day used to be about 55 kids. Now it's hovering down around 15 per day, and that's direct correlation to the GDAI initiative. And I'd like for Clay to come forward to give you an update. We have a statewide conference that's going to be held here in Caddo Parish at our center.
Sure.
So anyway, Clay, if you can come give us an update on what's going to happen, we appreciate that.
Absolutely. We have a quarterly meeting. There are 5 parishes in Louisiana that are in JDAI, Orleans, Jefferson, East Baton Rouge, Calcasieu, and Caddo. Those 4 parishes will come to Caddo December 2nd for our quarterly meeting. Each of us give a presentation, an update on how things are going. We learn from each other, we share with each other. If you've got an ordinance that we can use, we just try to share that information. So that's our quarterly meeting, December 2nd. I think we're still making a determination about where that's going to be, and I'll let everyone know, but it's going to be here December 2nd.
Any committee member welcome to come, right?
Absolutely, and anybody that wants to come and get an update on, you'll see what the other parishes are doing versus what we're doing, and actually we're mostly doing a lot of the same things we share with each other, so, but any updates, you'd absolutely be welcome.
The email.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
y'all.
Thank you, Clay. Thanks, Clay. Commissioners, the last time we met, there was some concern about voting issues that came up. Mr. Mike Spence came and talked to you all about what they were going to do. They crafted a letter and sent it to the Secretary of State, and I attached that letter today at your stations, and I also sent a letter too with your concerns about the machines and.
You sent a letter to the Secretary of State too?
Yes, sir. You should have a copy of that as well in your box.
Oh, it's in our box?
Yes, sir. We put it in your box.
Okay.
So you should have those 2 letters, and we asked that something be done about the conditions that was talked about at our last commission meeting. Just want to also make you aware, on December the 8th, we have our annual Toys for Tot drive. Instead of going out to Moffett and Mazda, it's going to be held here in the lobby of this building. And I appreciate you all have been pretty generous in the past, donating toys or money so the staff can go out and buy some toys. We have collected as much as 3 or 4 cars full of toys, and we work in concert with the Marine Corps to issue these toys out to kids that are in need. So we'll be doing that here. The Employee Council is taking the lead on that. We'll be doing that here on the 8th of December at 10 o'clock in the morning. So please feel free to join us. Also, just a reminder, just Thursday, we have the budget retreat with you all at 1:30. And ask to answer any questions you may have relative to the budget that was presented a couple of weeks ago. So that'll be this Thursday at 1:30. We'll be prepared to answer any questions you may have in the budget area. I think that concludes my report for the day.
Commissioner Lynn?
Dr. Wilson, I had a reporter received a flyer of a marathon or something around one of the voting precincts the same day as Election Day that would block people off. Has that matter been corrected?
Sir, to be honest with you, I was unaware of that, but if I could get a copy of the flyer, I will certainly address it for you.
Okay.
Looks like Kid.
Which precinct?
Yeah, okay, excuse me, here we go.
Oh, okay.
I just want,
Yes, sir, we have spoken with the school, and they have assured us that no streets or anything will be blocked. And so we have met with them, and matter of fact, Mike Cox is supposed to make a site visit over there this week and to review everything, but they have assured us that what they have planned will not block any streets or cause anyone any problems getting to the precinct.
Director Lawrence and Dr. Wilson, will y'all go there Election Day at 6 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
And make sure that there are no streets blocked and
Yes, sir.
that everybody has full access to the polls?
Yes, sir, we will.
Thank you.
Yes. Hey, Commissioners, while we're talking about polling information, Mr. Mike Spence, we met Friday morning last week, and he gave me a list of 3 different precincts that it was overcrowding was occurring at those precincts. So we are trying to get with Mr. Robinson to work out some solutions, and then we will come back to you all, let you know which precincts they are and what suggestions that are coming up to resolve those issues. But right now, nothing will change until next year, because wherever the precincts are right now, they will have to be that way until after the December 6th election. But he did raise some issues about overcrowding conditions at several of them, and we are trying to work out some solutions long term.
That warms my heart.
Yes,
So
sir.
when are they gonna fix these last problems? Next year?
We asked in our letters that you would notice, I asked that it will be immediately resolved prior to the December 6th election. But I can also say too, the machines, the machines seem to be an issue in terms of the age and technology, and that will try to take a little bit longer. And also, I think Attorney Donna Frazier also got the contract, right, from the state?
Correct.
Did you send it out to everybody, Don?
Todd has it.
Oh, Todd has a contract, that the delivery of the machine contract from the state, we have a copy of that.
Can you email that to everybody? 'Cause I know
I did
there's-
email it to everyone,
Oh, today?
Friday, I believe.
Monroe. The what?
But I'll be happy to send
Can't
it
open
again
it,
if you did not get it, I'll send it again.
I'll look at it and say.
So we asked several questions, as you can see in my letter, about making sure those irregularities that occurred the last time we went to the poll does not happen again on December 6th.
Okay, Doc, anything else?
That's it, sir. I'm done.
Too long.
Okay, Doc.
All right, next item.
Next, we move to communiques and committee reports. I want to make notice that notice of public meeting that will be, this will be on our agenda for Thursday. After state statute, it will have to be publicly read during the meeting. It'll also be published in the official journal for next week. I just want to make you aware it will be on the agenda for Thursday. Also, Mr. Edward Shaw's letter of resignation from the Industrial Development Board.
Oh, that's specific.
What industrial development board is that anyway?
That's the big board.
The what? Okay. Yeah. The big board. All right, does anybody else have any communications and committee reports?
Just y'all want to give me some of my
See
personal...
none, we'll move to the president's report. There are none at this time. We'll move over to old business. Todd?
There's no old business. We can move to new business.
Okay, let's keep on moving.
Zoning case P20-14 in regards to ordinance number 5453 of 2014, amending chapter 54 of the Code of Ordinances of Caddo Parish by amending the zoning property located on the northeast side of North Market, 1,260 feet south of Old Morningsport Road, from RA Residential Agriculture to B3 Community Business District with site plan approval. Steve Umling, applicant. Public hearing will be December 4th.
Move Thursday. Second. Got a motion by Commissioner Johnson, second by Chair, to move to Thursday. Please vote. And that, let me see. Someone didn't vote. What I need to do to get Mike on my thing? I can't tell.
Look at your mouse.
Can't tell who didn't vote, can you tell?
That's good.
John?
Look up there.
All right, that passes 9-0. Next item.
Authorize the introduction of ordinance number 5454, 2014, amending ordinance number 5382 of 2014, providing cost of turn lanes to be covered by developer and to otherwise provide respect thereto.
Move Thursday. Second. Moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by the chair. Please vote. Who can't vote? Who didn't vote?
You didn't?
I did. Okay, next item.
Authorize resolution number 55 of 2014, authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement concerning the Northwest Louisiana Council of Government and its role as metropolitan planning organization and to otherwise provide respect thereto.
So move it Thursday.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Baker.
Trying to
Please
wake up.
vote.
Trying to wake up over here.
Yeah.
Wake her up. You wake Commissioner Baker up.
You know the woman is
Yeah. Commissioner Lynn, please vote.
hit it. Okay, there. Hit it again.
Make my thing. Okay, and that passes 9-0. Next item.
Next is consent agenda.
Everything is consented, and we are adjourned.
Left off one thing. We didn't
What?
sing happy birthday tonight.
My birthday.
Oh, it is his birthday.
Tomorrow is his birthday.
Happy
54 years
birthday.
old. 54.
Baby.
54 more years to go.
Showing the developers.